Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I give some shots out to the early birds, starting with Rodney Williams. What's up, R-Dub? Shani Denise, Cassandra Warren. What it do? Who we got in here? Shane O Chop It Up TV. What's up, entrepreneur? Jason Haynes, Omega, Vanessa, AFP 57. What's up, Jeffrey T? Is that Deruin? Jeffrey T. Deruin. I believe that's Deruin. Beaumont, Texas, checking in. DC's only in the house. Alicia Smith, what's up? Dwayne C., Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up, Wisconsin? Angela Datnack. Tasha, Portland, Oregon. What's up, Portland? North Carolina, checking in. Joel Clark. I see Charlotte, Reggie Shade. Phoenix, Mississippi, Knox, Chris Knox. What's up, Diane Sennett? Kansas in the house. Jeff Jackson. What's up, JJ? St. Louis, I'm going in, fam. I'll be back in the chat going in. Let me put a pickup of Jay-Z right quick. So, fam, as you know, Jay-Z is fighting a lawsuit by a Jane Doe who claims that he and Diddy violated her when she was 13 years old. This is a wild, wild west claim right here, fam. You gotta hold on to your seatbelts on this one. You know how you strap your seatbelts on and then you hold on to them to make sure they're secured? That's one of these type of stories. Now, and let me put the judge up right quick. The judge in the case. This is the judge in the case. Family, look. The judge, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go and say it, fam. The judge is a trip. The judge is a straight up trip. The judge told Jay-Z's lawyer that he was being too aggressive in his motions. How you going to be too aggressive fighting for your client? I would say that I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that any lawyer was being too aggressive. Any defense lawyer was being too aggressive in fighting for their clients. I don't know, fam. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. You know, maybe Paul can help us out. Paul from the UK. What's up, Paul? Paul Delahaye. What's up? I'm trying to figure it out. She said that Jay-Z's lawyer was being too aggressive. I mean, she issued a scathing ruling. So let me give you the backstory on this case. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, is accused of raping a girl aged 13 at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a lawsuit filed by attorney Tony Bugsby of Houston, the accuser, now in her 30s, alleges that she was RAP'd by both Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs. Carter and Combs, both 55, had been denied the allegations. The alleged victim's identity has not been revealed, but Carter's lawyer, Alex Spiro, filed a motion to remove her anonymity. New York judge Annalisa Torres has now issued a response to the request and has decided that the accuser can remain unidentified as Jane Doe for now, but that she may be required to disclose her identity at a later date if and when the litigation process begins. Now, first of all, fam, I got a problem with that. How you gonna accuse me of something as egregious as violating somebody's body, and I can't know who the damn person is? Somebody in the world, somebody somewhere just accused me of violating somebody's body, but you won't let me know who the hell the accuser is. Come on, fam. Okay, take away your hate for Jay-Z. I know some of y'all just hate Jay-Z. I got it. But just take Jay-Z out of the picture for a moment. What if it was you? What if it was you who was accused of something bad, right? And don't act like you too special where it can't happen to you. Anybody can be accused of anything. Doesn't mean you did it. Doesn't mean you're guilty. It just means that you've been accused. Imagine if it was you and somebody accused you of something really bad, but the judge, the courts won't let you know who the accuser is, but they ain't got no problem forcing you to go through the court system to answer these charges, but they won't let you know who it is. Now, listen, fam. If y'all not gonna put me in jail and you're not gonna charge me and you just gonna say somebody said I did something, well, that's just a rumor. But once you put it on paper, and you put it on a legal document, and you force me to answer, you force me to obtain a lawyer. You force me to obtain a lawyer and answer to these charges. Man, I got to know who the hell y'all talking about, man. I got to know who you're talking about. Think about it, fam. What if it was you? Or let's say it was somebody that you love. Let's say it was a man in your family. Some man that you love. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your father. Maybe it's your son. Somebody somewhere is accusing this man of something very egregious, but he don't know who the hell it is, but he got to fight. He got to spend money. He got to fight. He got to take a hit on his reputation and all of this without even being afforded the right to know who the accuser is. That's right, man. Tommy Edwards, the accuser must be known. The way they got it set up, the way the system is set up, anybody can accuse you of anything. They can remain anonymous and they can get a check under the table without ever identifying themselves, without ever being subjected to people who really know who they are. Imagine if you filed a lawsuit against somebody and you could not be anonymous and you were lying. Let's say you were lying and you could not be anonymous. You filed a lawsuit against somebody. You're trying to get some money. You're trying to get paid. And somebody who know your history of lying, or know that you don't even know that person, or somebody who knows that you had a conversation before saying that you was going to sue somebody before, who somebody that you didn't know, you was going to make up a story. Somebody who knows your past, somebody who actually knows you, knows your character. Now they can't even point you out because you're anonymous. You know how many unscrupulous people out here in this world that we're walking amongst? You know how many people that would file an anonymous lawsuit if they thought that they didn't have to show their face, they didn't have to give their name up, and they could quietly hope that they can get $1 million check? You know how many people would do that? A whole lot. No, man, show her face. Give us the name and let us see her face. That's right. Give us the name and let us see her face. Nobody should be able to accuse you of something in a court of law and not show their face or provide their name. Nobody should be able to remain anonymous. Not even if you were in the mob. If you want to say my name, show your face. Say your name. I got to know what your name is. That's a fundamental flaw in the judicial system. This judge appears to have it in for Jay-Z. If I was Jay-Z, I would be trying to file motions to get her removed because the way she talked to his lawyer was totally unnecessary. This is more of the story, fam. So, New York judge Annalisa Torres, she has issued a response to the request and has decided that this is the request to remove anonymity from the accuser. The judge has responded and has decided that the accuser can remain unidentified as Jane Doe for now. In her written response, Judge Torres also issued a blistering reprimand of Mr. Spiro. That's Jay-Z's lawyer, who she said has used an aggressive strategy against Mr. Bugsby. Again, fam, since when has an aggressive strategy been illegal in the court of law? The prosecutor uses an aggressive strategy to try to obtain a conviction. Why is it that the defendant can't have his lawyer can't use an aggressive strategy to defend him? Jay-Z's lawyer's relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client, Torres wrote. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because counsel demands it. Judge Torres went on to point out how Mr. Spiro has failed to follow procedure despite accusing Mr. Bugsby of doing the same. She stated, moreover, although Carter's attorney assails plaintiff's lawyer as having a chronic ability to follow the rules, Carter's counsel has failed to abide by the court's clear rules, explaining that a pre-motion letter is required before the filing of any motion. He did not give plaintiff the requisite 5 business days to respond. This is unacceptable. Counsel is hereby advised that any further motions filed in violation of the court's individual practices may be denied on that ground alone. She added. It comes after Jane Doe sat down for an interview with NBC News in which she detailed her version of events. And y'all follow me closely on this one, fam. However, it also highlighted inconsistencies in her story, which she later acknowledged. In NBC's initial reporting of the alleged incident, Doe claims she was dropped off at the VMAs in New York's Radio City Music Hall by a friend and tried to obtain a ticket for the event or get an invite to an after party. Y'all follow me? Are you following me? She said she approached various limousine drivers and was told by one he worked for Combs and fit what Diddy was looking for. Let me stop right there. One thing that has not been questioned is the limo driver. Where is the limo driver who dropped her off at the party, and why hasn't any other limo drivers corroborated her story? She says she was going around limo driver to limo driver trying to get into a free party, trying to get a ticket into Radio City Music Halls for the VMAs or go to an after party. So surely there has to be at least one limo driver can recall the night that a little girl was walking around Radio City Music Hall premises trying to get into a limousine and go to a random after party held by random people. Where are the limo drivers? Moving on. Okay. Later in the evening, she claims the driver transported her to a White House with a U-shaped drive, and on arrival signed what she believed was a non-disclosure agreement. She's 13 years old, but she knows what a non-disclosure agreement is. Moving on. When she entered the party, she said she was offered a drink, which made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt she needed to lie down. After consuming the drink, she claims Combs and Carter entered the room she was resting in and told by Combs, "You are ready to party." Jane Doe alleges Carter then removed her clothes, RAP'd her, while an unnamed female celebrity looked on. She claims Combs also RAP'd her while Carter and the female celebrity watched. After the alleged incident, Jane Doe claimed she went out into the after party where she alleged she spoke to Good Charlotte's Benji Madden about his tattoo. Are y'all following me? She says she got sexually assaulted. Then she went back out into the party and spoke to a guy about his tattoo, a famous guy about his tattoo. She also claimed her father picked her up from the party after the alleged assault. However, NBC News later reported that there were several inconsistencies in Jane Doe's story, including her father stating that he did not remember picking her up after the alleged sexual assault. and that Madden was not in New York at the time of the incident. Come on, family. Talk to me, family. Talk to me. If you're going to go after people, if you're going to accuse people, it ain't got to be famous people, but if you're going to accuse anybody of stuff like that, you got to be on point, man. You cannot have inconsistencies in your story like that and it still be a story. It cannot, the case cannot go on. The case got to be dropped. It has to be dismissed. It has to be. And lawsuits need to be filed on the other side. You can't just go around accusing people of stuff and then when your story don't match up, you still get the benefit of doubt, even when you have inconsistencies in your story. This girl said her daddy came to pick her up. Her daddy said, I don't remember doing that. I don't remember picking her up after some alleged assault. What father? It don't even have to be a loving father. What father do you know would go and pick their daughter up after an alleged sexual assault and not go into that house and beat some head in? Even if he can't fight, he gonna be in there trying to swing on something. Because it's the principle. It's the idea that, man, what you just did, man, was a total violation. And I don't give a damn how many of y'all it is. Y'all got to kill me, but I'm finna try to kill something right now. What father do you know would go through something like that and just drive on back to the house? Not only did this man say, not only did he not go through any of that, he said, this man said he don't even remember, he don't recall his daughter, picking his daughter up and driving her from New York to New Jersey at any point. He don't remember drive. I think it was New Jersey. I can't remember if it was New Jersey or whatever, but reportedly they live 5 hours away from where the party allegedly took place. The man said he does not remember even picking his daughter up from anywhere and driving 5 hours back home, let alone picking her up after an alleged sexual assault. Family, how could a court have any type of credibility? How could a lawyer, how could a judge have any type of credibility and allow this case to go forward? See, the mere fact that that judge is allowing this case to go forward lets me know she has zero credibility already. And the fact that she scolded and reprimanded Jay-Z's attorney for being aggressive with his motions further underscores that something nefarious is at stake here. Something's going on. It's just something slick going on. This case should be thrown out. Whether it's Jay-Z or KZ or whoever, it don't matter that the man is famous. If I would have heard something like this, a story like this, if I heard a story like this anywhere, if I heard of a story like this anywhere, I would have the same type of energy, especially had it made the news. If it was in the news, it's something I'm going to talk about to y'all. Now, if it wasn't in the news, if it wasn't a big enough story that I didn't think that y'all wanted to hear about, maybe I'd have kept it to myself and it'd have been a conversation that me and my friends that we have. But because this is Jay-Z, this is an icon, this is a guy that everybody knows and he's in the news, then obviously it's a big story. So I'm gonna talk about it because this is what is on the table right now. This is big news. It's big news. And because it's big news, you would think that the judge would pay attention to the details a little closer and make sure that she don't do anything to misrepresent herself or end up getting kicked off the case. You dig? The daddy said, I don't remember picking my daughter up and driving no 5 hours back home. I don't remember picking her. Ain't no daddy in the world. Even if you got dementia, you ain't finna forget that. That would still make you angry. Hearing Jay-Z name, hearing Diddy name, you hear anything, the word bad, you hear the word boy, you're gonna lose it. I don't believe it. Just don't believe it. Then she said she talked to Benji Madden. She talked to Benji Madden, another big time celebrity, another celebrity. She said she had a conversation with him at the event, at the party, about his tattoos. But guess what Benji said, and guess what NBC News found out later? Benji wasn't even at the party. Benji wasn't even in the state. Family, I'm going to call this what it is. This is a flat out lie. How are you going to say you had a conversation with a man about some tattoos at a party where you got sexually assaulted at, and the man you allegedly had the conversation with wasn't even at the party? And we still supposed to believe you. Your case is still pending. Your case is still moving forward in the courts. This is why the U.S. court systems is so messed up. This is why it's so backed up. Because they got all these damn frivolous lawsuits out here. All these frivolous cases out here. They let anybody come into court with any type of case. Man, if I'm sitting back there, first of all, I don't care if it's Diddy or Jay-Z or whoever. If I'm sitting on that bench, I'm going to maintain my integrity. And I'm going to maintain the integrity of my court, because I don't want nobody coming into my courtroom thinking it's a joke. I wouldn't want nobody thinking that I'm a joke. So I'm going to apply my rulings based on what the law say. The moment I found out that she had inconsistencies in her story, I'm throwing that shit out. I'm not having this clown show in my court. This ain't all we gonna do. Y'all gonna go through all of this stuff. And even if you are savvy enough to obtain a conviction, it's going to eventually get overturned because of those inconsistencies in her story. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of the court's time. It's a waste of the jurors' time. It's a waste of public money. It's a waste of everybody's time. Are you listening to what I'm saying, fam? Even if they were able to go forward with the case and they was able to obtain a guilty verdict. Well, this is criminal. I mean, this is not criminal. This is civil. So, but even if they were able to win the lawsuit, it would eventually get overturned because of the inconsistencies in her story. Most of the cases that get overturned in this country, especially criminal cases, get overturned because of inconsistencies in stories and people flat out lying, suppressing evidence, manufacturing evidence. This is how most cases get thrown out in the first place. This is how most people who spend decades in prison get exonerated. This woman says she had a conversation with Benji Madden. She had a conversation with Benji Madden and about his tattoos. And Benji wasn't, not only did he not remember a conversation, he wasn't even at the party. These are facts, fam. This is documented. The man wasn't even in the state. Now, how do you allow just one of those inconsistencies? Inconsistencies would be enough to get a case thrown out. But she don't got one. She don't have two. She have several. Several. She done lied on a rock star, talking about how she sat there at the after party after being essayed and talked to the man about his tattoos. The man wasn't even in the damn, not only was he not at the party, the man wasn't even in the state. Did you hear what I said, fam? I said the man was not in the state at the time that the alleged assault took place, at the time that this alleged conversation that she says she had with Benji Madden. Benji was not even in New York. It also said that images from the night that Jane Doe claimed she was assaulted showed Diddy and Jay-Z at an after party different to the one she had described. Did you hear what I said, fam? And that's the biggest of all. That is the absolute biggest of all. That establishes an alibi. So even if you don't like Jay-Z, man, you ain't gotta like him. But you don't have, and you ain't gotta like the facts. But you can't change the facts because you don't like the facts. The fact of the matter is, when the woman says she was assaulted, when she claimed to be assaulted by Jay-Z and Diddy at this after party, the truth came out that Diddy and Jay-Z was actually at a different after party than the one she claimed. So it sounds like to me, if there's any investigation that needs to be had, it needs to be levied against this accuser. Remember, fam, when this was first put out there, Jay-Z said, man, if you really believe I did that, file a criminal lawsuit against me. We ain't talking, don't just try to get some money. File a criminal lawsuit against me. Because if I did that, if anybody did that, they deserve to be in jail. So where's your criminal lawsuit? Not lawsuit, but where's your criminal charges? Where are the criminal charges? That don't sound like a guilty man to me, fam. I've been around a lot of guilty men. Hell, I've been guilty. That don't sound like a guilty man to me. For clarity, I ain't never been guilty of something like this. But, I've been guilty of other things, allegedly. Been guilty of other things, allegedly. Going into the comments. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Zeke TV says, why you can't sue these lawyers? You can. You can sue anybody in America. Dustin Miller, what's up? Buckhorse DC. A 2R says you're a hip hop artist, and anything you say will be held against you by Jay-Z peoples. Lawrence Brazier. We ready. We ready. Hey, we ready. Yeah. What's up, Cole? The atmosphere. Atmosphere says, what was your comment? Jay-Z was at some Diddy parties, and now he says him and Diddy aren't friends. You don't find that suspicious? To be clear, I think his lawyer said that, and I'm not sure if that's something that Jay-Z authorized. But even if he did, all he's doing is distancing himself from a person who has 1,000 SA violations being levied against him. I think he's doing what most people would do. I think it's human nature to distance yourself from something like that. But do I find that odd? Yeah, I find it odd. I mean, because if a friend is a friend to me, I'm gonna tell you something, fam. I don't give a damn what my friend was accused of. If it's a friend is a friend until he ain't a friend anymore. Now, if I was friends with somebody and they did something really, really bad, like, violating somebody's body or whatever, I would definitely have an issue with that, but I want to have a conversation with that person first. So instead of just jumping on the bandwagon and automatically believing what the public say or what some reporters say or what some lawyer says, this is my friend. I don't know this lawyer. I don't know these other people. This is my friend. I know this person. So, and this person that I don't know this person to be a violator of people. I don't know that type of person. I don't know that person. I only know the person I know. I ain't never seen this other person y'all talking about. So I would want to have a conversation with that person. And if I found it to be true, what that person said, then that's a different story. But initially, I'm not going to hide the fact that, yeah, that's my friend. Yeah, we was friends, or we are friends. Yeah, we friends. Now what? What y'all going to do about it? You can't control everything that a friend does. Like, we got, most of us right now got friends that people are lying on right now. So we don't know. But when you do find out, then it's up to you to make a decision. Do you want to be associated with something like that? Do you want to be associated with somebody like that? And for me, that would be a hell no. So we could be friends. Okay, look, this is what it is. If we friends, I'm not, and I'm gonna tell you something else. If I fuck with you, I'm stuck with you. So I'm not gonna just cut my friend off. I'm just gonna distance myself. If I find out you did what people are saying you did or whatever, if I can help you in your situation, whatever your situation is, because remember, fam, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So if I can help you in your situation to lighten the load, lighten the burden, lighten the punishment, I will. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be punished. You absolutely should be punished. But I'm dealing with a friend, not a stranger. You see, I'm dealing with a friend, not a stranger. So I would think that most of us would have a little more empathy for a friend than we would have for a stranger. We would have more empathy for, or compassion for, a family member than we would have for somebody we just don't know. If your child was accused of something as bad as violating somebody's body or whatever, would you just straight up turn your back on your child, not try to give them any resources, not send them any money, not try to help them get a lawyer, not wish them well or nothing? You just gonna, like, you did that, that's it. I ain't never talking to you again in life. I don't think most people are wired like that. That's not human nature. I don't think most people would do something like that. Now, what you can do is you help the friend out or whatever, you get an understanding, and then because that friend ain't, you done found out that this friend got a double life. This friend is different from what you thought this friend was. So now, it's like you have an amicable split with that person. It's like, okay, we ain't gonna never be like we used to be. So I'm gonna distance myself. Now I'm gonna distance myself so I can help you out, try to help you out to whatever extent that I feel I deem necessary. But from here on, we can't be like we was once, because you're a different type of person, and I really can't be kicking it with somebody like that. I cannot kick it with somebody like that, man. It's messed up, but that's the way it is. I can't trust you like that. I can't kick it with you like that because I don't trust you anymore. You did? So I'm not saying that just because somebody is a friend, you're supposed to rock with them forever. I'm saying, you know, you don't just doing a by face and never rock with him again, never speak to him again, never, don't try to help him out or, you know, try to lighten their punishment or whatever. Nah, man, if it's one of my homies or whatever and he get caught up in a jam, you know, okay. If I deem it necessary, yeah, I'll try to help him get a lawyer. Try to help him get the best lawyers he can get, and then move on from there. But we just say, but if I think he's guilty, if I think he's that person, that monster that people are describing, well, we can't be like that no more. We can't kick it no more. Yeah, we can't be that type of friends again. We can't be on that level anymore. Ernest no meal. See, this is what I mean by everybody can't watch this channel. Because everybody ain't bright enough to understand conversation. A lot of people suffer from cognitive dissonance, meaning that they only hear what they want to hear. They only hear a piece of something, and they can't comprehend the rest of the conversation, right? So this dude right here said, and I got to call you out because you're trying to call me out, so I'm gonna call you out. So Ernest said, so you'll distance yourself, but just continuously help that person? Did anybody hear me say that? I said initially, I would try to get a conversation going with that person to find out to see if, first and foremost, if it's true. Now, if I don't believe it's true, I don't give a damn what the rest of the world is saying. I'm going to rock with my homie. I'm rocking with that friend. I don't care what the rest of the world thinks. I'm rocking with my friend if I believe a lie is being told on him. If I believe he did that really egregious thing that you really can't come back from, like sexual assault, if he did that, I can't rock with that. But I would try to help him get his time knocked down, get his punishment knocked down. Because remember, until I find out, I don't know. So if I find out that this is what it is, but even if I find out right then and there, this dude did this and that and the third, I'm looking at it like, okay, we're gonna try to get you a lawyer, man, and you deal with this lawyer, deal with this person, woo, woo, woo. But after that, I'm done. I'm not gonna follow your case. I'm not gonna stick with you like that. I'm not writing you. I'm not coming to see you. I'm not putting money on your books. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not gonna do none of that. But my initial reaction would be to offer support. That would be my initial, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. My initial reaction if a friend got caught up in something would be to offer support. But once I find out it is what it is, if you that monster that you're being described as, then I would distance myself. And I ain't got no problem with that. Joyce says, I got it all wrong. She spoke to them before she went into the room. Okay, explain that her daddy said he don't recall picking her up and taking her on a 5-hour drive back home after his daughter got sexually assaulted. What man, explain that to me. What man could forget a moment like that in life? What man would forget that? Explain to me how she said she had a conversation with Benjamin Madden, a rock star, about his tattoos. And then the truth comes out that Benjamin Madden wasn't even in New York at the time of the MTV Music Awards. Explain that. Explain the fact that she said all of this stuff happened at this house on such, whatever. And the truth comes out that Diddy and Jay-Z was at a whole other after party. How do you explain all of that? You can't. You can't make it make sense. Therefore, the case should be dismissed. Based on those inconsistencies alone, just based on that one inconsistency saying that Jay-Z and Diddy was at a party that they wasn't at, that right there in and of itself is enough to dismiss the case. What's up, Marlon Mobley? What's up, TJ? Brandon Hayes, Chicago, what up? Shanti Coleman. That's right, smash up the likes. TJ. Johnny Guitar Watson. What's up, Breon Mitchell? See, fam, this is my thing. Is like I hear y'all. Some of y'all just don't like Jay-Z. With Diddy, I think most of y'all got a right really to really not like Diddy after what he did to Cassie, right? But even with not liking Diddy, y'all know damn well Diddy ain't committed all them crimes that people are saying he did. Y'all know all them people that suing Diddy is not victims. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So I'm just calling a strike and a ball, fam. Whatever he did illegally, he's supposed to be punished for it. I say punish him. Whatever Jay-Z has done illegally, he's accused of illegally what he's done, punish him. Absolutely punish him. Punish me for whatever I done wrong. Punish me. But don't lie on me. Don't make up shit. Just because you don't like me, don't lie on me. And the thing is that anybody that's listening to me right now can be lied on. Y'all got to understand, when y'all perpetuate these lies, when y'all try to call for people to go to jail, no matter what the truth is, what y'all do is y'all put a certain type of energy out there that make people think that stuff is okay. So next thing you know, the lie on you. Somebody lying on you. Somebody lying on your people. Now you got a different attitude. Now you got a whole different take on line. Fam, I'm just reporting the facts. I'm just reporting what I see, how the facts come in. I didn't believe her off the jump, but I gave her the benefit of doubt. I didn't believe her from Jump Street, though. You know, I gave her enough benefit of doubt to not actually criticize her. I did say I didn't believe it, but as far as like, I'm saying the benefit of doubt not to criticize her because of everything that she said. Because sometimes people can say things and some of the stuff that they say have some merit, but you know, the rest of the story is skewed. So that happens a lot. You know, people remember certain pieces of a story, and you know, and then this person remembers certain pieces of a story, and both of those people, the parts that they remember, both of them are being honest about it. Both of them are being truthful and factual, but they omit other parts of the story that are equally important to the story. The fact that this woman is not omitting things. She is lying. These are lies. These are not just inconsistencies. These are lies. This woman said she talked to Benjamin Madden. She said she talked to Benjamin Madden about his tattoos at the party. Benjamin Madden wasn't even in the state of New York at the time. She said her daddy picked her up after the assault. She called her daddy to pick her up after the assault. And he picked her up. He drove 5 miles to pick her up and 5 miles back home. Daddy said I have no recollection of anything like that. And last but not least, the most important piece. She said that Diddy and Jay-Z assaulted her at a particular house in New York City at the after party. Well, an NBC investigation concluded that Diddy and Jay-Z was not even at the after party in question. Now, how in the hell is this still a case? That's all I'm saying, fam. How y'all gonna make a case out of this? How is this still a case? The judge is out of pocket. The judge needs to be reprimanded for trying to reprimanding Jay-Z's lawyer for being aggressive. He should be aggressive when defending his client. That's the type of lawyer I want. I like fighters. I like hell, Tony Bugsby is aggressive. Tony, if you want somebody on your team that's going to squabble, that's going to fight, that's going to stand toe-to-toe, Tony Bugsby is your guy. So Jay-Z attorney ain't doing nothing but what Tony Bugsby would do. And because when Tony Bugsby get a hold of a case, he's very aggressive and he gets results. It sounds like to me, you got a battle of the Titans. Sounds like Jay-Z attorney got that same type of will. He coming with the same type of energy. Family, I believe at any point, this woman that's accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of assaulting her. I believe at any point somebody's going to come out. If they don't dismiss this case, the further this case goes along, more lies are going to be revealed, and this person going to turn out to be a straight up liar. And I do also believe it's going to affect those other cases going forward with Diddy, because if one person can tell a bold lie like this, that means that there could be others. And that is going to create doubt in the mind of jurors. Believe that. And it should. Ain't no way all of those people, we talking hundreds, ain't no way all of those people, all those grown ass people was violated and nobody ever put up a fight. Ain't no way that happened for that long. And even, I don't care, even if you is a billionaire, at the end of the day, you're still black in America. You ain't getting away with nothing like that. They might let some people get away with it, but you ain't got the complexion for the protection. They're not letting you get away with something like that. They be like, wait a minute, are you trying to do what we do? Oh, hell no. Get in this jail cell. Carolyn Cruz, what's up? Arab Sniper 17, what it do? The Brooklyn Summer Show, what's up? Yeah, the judge seemed like she like being really personal about this, and she seemed like it just seemed like she making personal attacks on Jay-Z's lawyer, and you got to understand, fam, these judges are just people also. They come with their own set of implicit biases, their own uh, their own experiences. They come from whatever that they get from their culture, their background. They go into that courtroom with that. So don't think because somebody is a judge because they put on the robe, automatically all of those biases and that those experiences that they have just fade away when they put the robe on. No, they still are that person with a robe on. She might be one of them types that just don't like rappers. She don't like hip hop. She might be the type that don't like black people. Yeah. She might be the type that thinks she white. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I said it. Yeah. You never know. If I'm Jay-Z, I'm thinking we got to get her out of here. I'm thinking we got to get a new judge. We need a new judge because the judge can make all the difference. They can deny motions. They can approve motions. They can deny evidence. They can allow evidence to be submitted. And that right there, and they also give the jury instructions on how to examine a case. So yeah, you got to be you got to be on your game dealing with these judges. Yeah, these judges, man, you can't overlook them. A lot of times judges be sitting up there and they already got their mind made up which way they're gonna go. Just like a lot of us. A lot of us have our minds already made up. Now, a judge ain't supposed to have their mind made up. But what's going to stop them from having their mind made up? They can go up there and take that oath and say anything. But once they get in that chair, and they can do anything. So what's going to make her, and who going to prove that she was being biased? Like who going to be able to prove it? Because a lot of legal issues are interpretation. It's how it's interpreted, and it's how it's a matter of how it's argued, how the case is argued, how effective the argument was. This is the difference between good lawyers and bad lawyers. Oftentimes, this is the difference between a conviction and an acquittal. I don't believe Jay-Z is going to get a fast shake in this judge's courtroom. A judge is supposed to ensure justice by interpreting and applying the law impartially, overseeing legal proceedings and making fair rulings based on evidence and legal principles. They are supposed to safeguard the rights of all parties, maintain courtroom order, and uphold the integrity of the judicial process to promote fairness and trust in the legal system. That's what they're supposed to do. But as I said, they come with their own set of implicit biases, just like every other human being. A judge is not some person who walks on water. This judge, if she doesn't fortify her immune system, is going to get a cold. She's going to catch colds. When she eat and that food passes through her intestines and through her, and she have a bowel movement, she's going to have to relieve herself. She drank too much water, she's going to have to sit on that toilet. She was raised with whatever religious practices that were taught to her, whatever kind of neighborhood she grew up in is going to have an impact on her rulings. The type of friends that she have, the political party she belongs to. This judge has to deal with backstabbing friends, family members asking for money and people wanting to be close to her to get favors. She got to deal with morning breath. She will at times question her abilities. At times she's going to feel insecure. She has to think about the mortality of her loved ones and eventually her own. She's sitting up here thinking about her retirement plan just like everybody else. Her feet don't walk on water. So if she got a particular disdain for a certain person or, a profession, a group of people, those biases are going to play out in court. They need to take a look at her record. She just brought a lot of unnecessary attention to herself by going out of her way to reprimand Jay-Z's lawyer. To tell a lawyer you're being too aggressive, I ain't never heard that before. I've been around courtrooms damn near my whole life. I never heard a judge tell a lawyer you're being too aggressive. Hell, being aggressive is what usually gets your client a favorable outcome. Buckhorse DC, what up? Edo Cleaning. She ain't black. She's Hispanic. Rion Mitchell, what's up, X? See, I'm gonna tell you something else too, fam. A lot of times these prosecutors and judges know that they have a bogus case. They know the case is bogus, but because the case has a lot of media attention, or like if a case is tied to a celebrity, they want to go forward with the case anyway so they can get some press time, so they can get some shine, because they want to make sure their name is mentioned when that book is written. Hell, they want to write their own book about the case. See, a lot of them, they see these type of cases as an opportunity to get paid. Look at what happened in the O.J. Simpson case. Everybody that was involved in the O.J. Simpson case wrote a book. And all of them have been featured in several made-for-television movies and films. Think about what I'm saying, fam. All of them, everybody wrote books. Everybody got paid off the O.J. case. Even the victims, survivors, even the loved ones of the victims got paid. Writing books and doing interviews. Everybody got paid off of OJ. Right, including the judge. Including the judge. There is no way possible this case should still be open. This case should have been dismissed. The moment that chick jumped online and started talking, she did that interview. The moment she did that interview with CBS and they found out what the truth was, the judge should have immediately dismissed the case. But the judge don't want to dismiss the case, perhaps because it's cool to go home and your kids or your grandkids talk about Jay-Z. And, ooh, my grandmama is presiding over the Jay-Z case. My mama, my sister, my aunt, my friend, Jay-Z case is in her courtroom. She don't want that to end anytime soon. There are very, very few judges that care about the hoopla, that cares about the shine and all of that. There's very few judges that are really, really, truly committed to justice. Very, very, very few. The rest of them, they trying to get shine, man. They clout chasing. That's why when you walk in their courtroom, they act like it's actually really their courtroom, like they built it, like they paid for it, like your tax dollars didn't pay for it. This judge in New York, Judge Annalisa Torres, has issued her response to the request to lift anonymity from the accuser, Jane Doe, in the Jay-Z case. She said that she may She said that she can remain unidentified as for now, but she may be required to disclose her identity at a later date if and when the litigation progresses. Or she absolutely will be required if the litigation progresses. That's just a bone she throwed out there to make it seem like she was fair and impartial. I say that the accuser should not be able to remain unidentified. You should not be able to levy these type of charges against someone and go out unidentified. If you're that scared, then call the police. Get some security. Get some security. Y'all provide. If you're going to let her be a John Doe, put some security on her until the case is over. Other than that, she needs to reveal herself. Family, I just want you to imagine that. Just imagine for a moment that you were being accused of something very, very egregious. It don't have to be sexual assault, just something egregious. You were accused of it. Lawsuits have been filed. You have been made to get a lawyer yourself and pay money, spend money to defend yourself. And you don't even know who's accusing you of the crime. You don't have any idea of who it is accusing you of the crime. That ain't cool. Nobody should be able to do that. Furthermore, because of the inconsistencies in this Jane Doe's case alone, this case should be thrown out, all the way out of the courtroom. This case should be over. But it's not. I wonder why. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy holidays. Until next time. No more talk.